Previously on the Celtic Files.
So Mike, what do you want from me?
It's about Celtic. I haven't heard from him in a long time.
What do you propose we do?
We go over there, kick his door in, and smack him around a little bit.
What in the name of all that's holy happened here?
This place is completely trashed.
It's like a bomb went off.
And no sign of Celtic.
I think I found the last video that Celtic was working on. Maybe it'll give us a clue about what happened.
I don't like the sound of that. Jesus Christ, what the fuck do you want?
Did you see that?
I don't believe it. Were those Russian voices?
You bet your ass they were.
We need to find him.
Yes, we will. We will find him.
And now the continuation.
The question is how. We have nothing to go on. He could be anywhere.
I reckon the best place to start is to look here. This place. There must be something useful here.
Hey guys, I think I found something. Here's another video. It's labeled down to the wire. I don't think we know this one.
Melvin, what would watching another video accomplish? It wouldn't get us any closer to finding Celtic now, would it?
But
what?
But perhaps there are more clues in the video that can help us find him.
I don't think so.
How can you be sure?
What do you mean?
I mean, we can only be sure that the video is useless if we watch it and see for ourselves. Not only that, I feel like raiding Celtic's fridge and crack open some cold ones, kick back and enjoy the show.
Oh yes, please.
We can save that little punk later.
Fine. But Melvin, if you think you can have a beer, you are sadly mistaken. Only soda for you, unless you wish some tea.
What? Tea? Yuck.
Lol. I think I will actually have one. A Long Island iced tea.
Very funny. Melvin, roll the tape.
Okay.
Welcome back everyone to the Celtic Files. How are you guys doing? How do you like my new hat? Oh, you don't? Well, I like it. Anyways, today I want to show you a video of a fight in which I participated but died early on. Normally I would not stick around to watch the rest of the game, but since my trusted platoon mate Eddie was still alive and kicking, I decided to stick around. That turned out to be the right decision. You see, this was one of the more thrilling games I have ever participated in, and I figure you guys would like to see that. So without further ado, let's get down to the wire. So here we have Eddie and his E75. A very well armored tank, even in a tier 10 battle. Before we get started, I want to show you 3 other key players, starting with this WTE-100. He has a crucial part to playing this game. Also noteworthy is the Jagdtiger. I used to own one of these machines, but I struggled with it so much that I eventually gave up and went up the other German TD tree. And finally, we have a bad chap. This tier 10 French medium tank needs little introduction. In a matchup such as this, the Bad is a force not to be trifled with. Will it live up to its reputation? Well, let's take a look and find out. We'll start with a quick look at my contribution to this fight. My appearance was a bit brief, and that's an understatement. So I get a shot at the opponent's Jagdtiger. I am getting spotted and pulled back. Check the mini-map. There are a lot of enemies in the northwestern part of the map, where the beach meets the city. Among them, a Death Star. Looks like I have another shot. Yeah. That one went in, and now I am pulling back again. I am really afraid of that British TD. And for good reason. Taken out by the Death Star, in one shot from full health. Now that we have my sucking out of this game out of the way, we can move on to the good stuff. Eddie is playing the eastern flank. The rest of the team has spread out pretty nicely, I think. Oh, I almost forgot. I can't tell you the XVM prediction for this game, since this is an older replay. I am just glad I got it to work at all. Eddie has a great opportunity against the T-57 Heavy. But the shot misses. Don't ask me how. Let's see this from a different angle. Oh, his shot hit the ground. But now pay attention and watch the T-57 Heavy get annihilated. That's good for the Allies. Since this was so much fun, let's see this again. There was Eddie's shot, and now all hell breaks loose. I am not sure why the T-57 Heavy driver was thinking that this was a good idea, but our E-100 says thank you, and he takes the kill. Let's watch the situation from the E-100's point of view. This E-100 delivers a textbook performance on how not to do it. He has one of the most heavy armor tanks in the game, but he thinks that it is only fair to let the enemy shoot his side, over and over again. There. Again. And again. I can't believe I'm watching this. Such a nice tank, and all is wasted. But now the Allied back chat is making a move against the opponent's T-54. He takes a hit, but the T-54 is no match for him. Time for the bad chat to GTF though. The opponent is going after the bad chat, but the Allied Type 61 rushes in for assistance. That was a great play indeed. You don't see this kind of teamwork often in World of Tanks. Unfortunately, his bravery did not pay out, as he gets taken out by the opponent's AS-7, who was camping the base. In a Tier 10 Heavy. Yes, that makes sense. The enemy seizes the moment and pushes forward. Eddie sees the T-54 and straightens out his armor, but he is a bit slow to bring the turret about. The T-54 recognizes the threat just in time, and Eddie's shot bounces. While the T-54 goes into the lower area, Eddie keeps the lower plate of his E-75 covered. He is conserving his health, and it turns out that later on he is going to need it. All of it. The opponent is ramping up the pressure. The Allied E-50M has just fallen victim to the enemy T-95. This situation does not look particularly good for the Allies as they are trailing by 3 tanks. But Eddie has an E-75 to deal with. Wait for it. Wait. That's the shot. And the return shot bounces. While this was going on, the Allied Jack Tiger was dealing with one of the enemy's T-54s. With a predictable outcome, I might add. Now the remaining T-54 is getting the hell out of there. And I think that is a wise decision. He is going straight for the Allied base. But there's something waiting for him. Something really mean. Uh-oh. I think the T-54 completely freaked out when the monster appeared out of nowhere. Oh, by the way, I still owe you that tech review of the WTE-100. Let me know in the comments if you still want to see that. The situation for our team has improved a little bit. And now they are playing it smart. They see that both the E-75 and the T-95 are separated from the enemy team, and they take full advantage. The Bad Chat and Jack Tiger go for the E-75. The Bad Chat gets around the sudden rear of the E-75, and that means game over for him. Eddie in the meantime takes on the T-95. He has gotten behind the T-95, and he is now easy pickings for Eddie. He sets him on fire. Nice. The T-95 is helpless and stands no chance at all. But the time for celebration is cut short. Our team just lost the western flank, and the enemy is now leading by 3 tanks. It is only a question of time before they reach our base. Not only that, they have a very fast T-71, which can get there very quickly. So then Eddie is deciding to go back to the cap, and I'll take him a long while. The E-75 is many things, but agile isn't one of them. Our team has spotted the opponent's Jagdtiger, and ours says thank you. We are back with Eddie, still making his way back towards the cap. And it turns out his instincts were right. The enemy is capping. So far, there is only 1 tank in the cap, but chances are that there will be more very soon. The Allied WTE-100 and Jagdtiger are far away, and the Batchat is down to 50% of his health. The chances against a Death Star and a T-110E5 aren't good. For the next minute, I'll keep my commentary to a minimum, only pointing out some key elements. I have spliced the upcoming events together from different perspectives, and I hope you will enjoy. Oh, and keep your eye on the cap counter, which I have made larger, so you can better see it. Both the T-110E5 and Death Star have been spotted, but there's someone else in the cap. Our Batchat is starting to move. Looks like he is going to flank around. Now the WTE-100 is here, and it is good news. Great reset by Eddie, but this is going to be very close. He gets the T-71 with his last shell, with just 2 seconds remaining on the clock. The Batchat is almost there, and Eddie gets some revenge for all the damage he had to take. The Batchat can now feast on the enemy. And that is what we call a successful base defense, that went down to the wire. The thing is though, the enemy could have easily won this game, had they not pulled out of the cap circle all the time to try to get Eddie. And finally the T-71, who had all the capture points at the end, did not hide properly, allowing the WTE-100 to take him out. I was so amazed, that I simply had to pay respects to my team. And it looks as if the Batchat agrees. But the Allies aren't out of the woods yet. The enemy still has 4 tanks, and our team better keep a cool head. There they are. A Centurion 1. Boy did he wish he was somewhere else right now. There is also an IS-7, and a Jagdtiger. Our Jagdtiger takes him out. That's 1 down. And now it looks like the Centurion is going to be next. Kill secured. That leaves the enemy heavy tank, and our Batchat is ready. That poor guy. But I suppose he had that one coming for camping the base earlier in the fight. What's left is the enemy T-95. The Jagdtiger and Batchat are going to flush him out, and preferably make him look stupid in the process. I am not going to build up false tension here, guys. You already know how this is going to end, don't you? The only question is, where is that guy? And that question has just been answered. Did you see that shot from the T-95? That missed by about 5 meters at close range. So any hope he might have had to pull off a victory just went up in smoke. And speaking of smoke, his tank will be a smoking cinder in just a few moments. So that was that. At the end it all looked incredibly easy, didn't it? While you can check the post-battle results, I just wanted to stress just how exciting it was for me to watch this fight, even after I died so early on. I am hoping that I was able to share some of that excitement with you guys. It is results like these that keep me coming back to World of Tanks. It's not the long drawn-out battles that are dominated by camping toddies, and neither is it the ultra-short battles we tend to see more nowadays, dominated by medium tanks. It is fights like the one
that's enough. Melvin, shut it off.
I hope you enjoyed this video.
Okay.
Just as predicted, there was nothing of value here.
But seeing Celtic getting one-shotted by a Death Star was amazing.
Okay, fair point. But his stupid camera is flying all over the place, and he seems to think that editing makes up for content, or the lack thereof.
Well, like my father used to tell me, son, you really are not good at anything at all, but at least you are trying to suck really hard at something.
Looks like you have taken his advice to heart.
Guys, I think I have found something. I was checking Celtic's YouTube channel, and there is something that I cannot explain. Here, at the bottom of the page.
What do you mean? I don't get it.
Look at the liked videos.
Now wait just a minute. How can there be any liked videos from 3 days ago?
If Celtic has been captured, what is going on here?
Perhaps someone hacked into his account? Maybe one of those Russians?
Perhaps. And I intend to find out.